What if I told you your personal information, your home address, phone number, even your family's names, is probably being sold online right now? I tested Aura's data broker removal tool to find out how well it really works and whether it's worth trusting to clean up your digital footprint. Let's start with the basics. What exactly does Aura's data broker removal service do? Well, in simplest terms, it's designed to track down where your personal information is being sold online and start getting it taken down automatically. But the real story is how it does that, and more importantly, how it decides which sites actually matter. Because when I first ran my scan, I expected to see a few listings. Instead, I found my information scattered across dozens of data brokers that I'd never even heard of. And that's when I realized most of us have no idea how exposed we really are. First thing you need to know, and this is really important, the number of data brokers that Aura covers is constantly increasing. So when I checked last week, they covered 133 data broker sites. By the time I'm recording this video, that number jumped to 140. And honestly, it'll probably be even higher by the time you actually watch this. Here's something that every data removal service conveniently leaves out of their marketing. There's always going to be a difference between the number of sites they cover and the number of sites they actually remove you from. Why? Because not every data broker actually has your information. You might be on 50 sites or you might be on 150. It completely depends on how much of your data has been scraped and sold over the years. In my case, because I'm literally a professional tester who reviews security services for a living, my information was absolutely everywhere. Aura found my personal details on 51 different data broker sites. As of right now, they have successfully removed me from 37 of those, and 14 removals are still marked as in progress. And here's what's actually useful. When you log into your Aura dashboard, you can see exactly which sites you've been removed from and which ones are still being processed. So if you have specific ones that you're really worried about or that you know have your information, the layout's clean enough to be able to quickly go through them all and check it out. But Aura gives you two additional features that I haven't seen with any of the other services. First, if you find your information on a data broker site that's not currently on their list, you can request that they add it. So if you stumble across some sketchy website that's selling your info, you can flag it directly to Aura's team, which is pretty cool. Second, and this is where it gets a little bit annoying but necessary, there are some data brokers that legally don't allow automated removal services to opt you out on your behalf. For these sites, Aura provides you with step-by-step instructions so you can handle the opt-out manually. On my end, only 5 sites require that manual removal, and it didn't really take me that long, maybe 20 minutes total. It's kind of a minor inconvenience, but at least Aura doesn't just ignore those sites. There is a robust market of data broker removal services who all do this process a little bit differently. So let's actually dive into that a little bit more. So how does Aura actually compare to competitor services like Delete Me or Incogni? Here's the deal. Every data removal service is trying to win the same game. They all advertise the biggest number. We'll remove you from hundreds or thousands of data broker sites. And technically, they might. But here's the catch. If your personal information isn't actually on those thousands of sites, those removals don't really mean anything. It's mostly just marketing. Numbers that sound impressive but don't translate into real protection. Now, to be fair, Delete Me and Incogni take slightly different approaches. Delete Me does a lot of manual removals. They actually have people filling opt-outs on your behalf, while Incogni automates most of the process. Both methods have their place, but not all data brokers are created equal. Some of them are massive operations built entirely around collecting, packaging, and selling personal information to whoever's willing to pay for it. Those are the ones that really matter, the ones that scammers, stalkers, and identity thieves use to find their next target. Then there are hundreds of tiny, low-traffic data brokers that might list an old address or a half-wrong phone number. Those sites are basically marketing junk. They're not the ones putting you at risk of getting doxxed or having your identity stolen. So when a service brags about removing you from 1,000 sites, but 900 of them are harmless or never had your information right to begin with, you're basically paying for a big number that doesn't mean a whole lot. Aura takes a different approach. Instead of chasing vanity metrics, they go after the sites that actually matter, the big people search databases and major brokers that are known to sell or leak sensitive personal information. These are the sites that real criminals use, and Aura makes sure that they're the ones targeting for removal and for continuous monitoring. And here's the big difference. Aura doesn't just stop at data broker removal, but Aura's a full identity theft protection platform. That means you're getting the data removal, sure, but also antivirus protection, a VPN, credit and bank monitoring, and even $1 million insurance policy if something ever does go wrong. It's the whole package, not just one layer of defense. What really makes Aura stand out, though, is that they don't hide their best features behind paywalls. With most competitors, you're going to have to upgrade to some premium plan to get the full 3-bureau credit monitoring or comprehensive alerts. Aura gives you all of that right from the start without the upsells or the fine print. The latest pricing is on screen, but remember, it'll be cheaper if you use the discount links in the description below. Now, for most of you watching, Aura is going to be the right choice. It's the service that I recommend most often for anyone serious about online privacy and identity theft protection. But for ongoing full-spectrum protection that includes data broker removal, as well as credit monitoring and fraud alerts, Aura's just the better long-term solution. Aura data broker removal is absolutely worth it. Most people underestimate just how dangerous data broker sites are. It's not just about privacy, it's about safety. When your address, phone number, or relatives' names are publicly available, scammers can craft highly targeted phishing attacks that look real enough to fool pretty much anyone. Stalkers can find out where you live. Identity thieves can open credit cards or loans in your name. And because data brokers constantly trade and resell your information, once it's leaked, it spreads really fast. You can't remove it once and be done with it. It has to be monitored continuously, or it's just going to reappear somewhere else. That's why services like Aura really matter. They don't just remove your info once. They monitor for new leaks and they handle future removals automatically. Take control, lock down your privacy, and start protecting your identity today.